peeps, Alpha Knight here. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, telling from the title of the episode and how long it is, you can see that the video lives up to its name. The main reason this video is as long as it is because of what I mentioned in the last episode. I was supposed to be building a gold farm, but then I got caught up on another project, which happened to be the dye farm. And then another project, which is what you're going to be seeing here today. As you may have noticed, this is not my usual world. This is the testing world for all of my builds. As you can see, these are all the builds that I'll be showcasing in today's video. Except for the 4 over there. Those are for another time. There's only 4, these 4. And I still have to build the yellow one. But they all have a purpose, and I can't wait to explain everything I go through to make these masterpieces. Along with the finishing design of these builds, I also finished gathering the materials for my gold farm. So with all due respect, there's going to be a lot of commentary. So I think you'd better get used to my voice. Another thing, this is a combination of 5 different recordings. The shortest being 2 hours and 11 minutes and the longest being 16 hours. The main reason the recording was so long is that I didn't pause it in general when going AFK for an unspecific amount of time. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, starting off, tree montage. Haven't done this in a while. You don't know how much fun it is editing these tree montages. And then the sound of like the breaking of the trees, so satisfying. But I'm gathering up XP specifically so I can enchant my armor. I'm adding some stuff to my helmet and to my boots because I thought I was going to trident to where I needed to go. I cut it out, but at this point I'm gathering materials for a villager breeder. And I had gathered everything else except I needed sticky pistons. For a sticky piston, you need slime balls. And I don't have any slime balls. So I was traveling to a swamp. The swamp is very, very far. Really, really far, like past the coral reef. And I thought that I could make it to the freaking, like, you know, islands with the trident, but it didn't work, so I boated the rest of the way. I don't know why it took me so long to jump across that. I ran for a while and then took a stop so I could mark on my map. If you don't know this about the, I don't know how to say their name, the map mod, you can mark specific locations on a map without being there. It's mostly coordinates. You can mark coordinates. There we go. And then you can, you know, get to that waypoint. You can also create temporary waypoints. Super simple, super fast. It took all day, but I finally got to the swamp. And at first I set up my little backpack. That's a mod too. I set the little backpack on the ground, but later on I take it and I put it in a tree. Now for slimes to spawn, they have to be at a level, I think it's called light level 7. I got distracted by this frog. They're so cute. Like, look at him go! Oh my god. I was distracted for a hot second. I didn't find any other ones. That's the only frog I've ever seen. Okay, the point of this was for me to get slime balls. I got distracted by this creeper. I was trying to practice my archery, you know, for the ender dragon, but I missed every single shot. Zoom in on the frog again. So with the switch from Forge to Fabric, I didn't have any zoom mods, so I was using the spyglass all the time. For slime, thanks to the looting on my sword, I don't have to spend as much time looking for slimes. More archery, I wasted so many arrows on all this BS. Like, well, not all of it was BS because I got this really cool achievement. I wasn't even trying to, and I don't know what 50 meters is in Minecraft, like block wise. But I got an achievement, so what? I'm pretty sure after that I didn't get any more slime balls, so I just went home. Okay, like I mentioned before, I am building a breeder. And I wanted a super efficient one, so I did a little bit of research, looked up different breeders, because the ones I originally had, they weren't as efficient as the one that I'm gonna be building. I cut most of it out because it's not as important as everything else that I need to show, even though the video is still so really long. But I was trying to block out where everything was gonna be with smoothstone. I don't know what my obsession with smoothstone is. It's a pretty block. I don't know. So that's how I usually start stuff off. I block it out with smoothstone. I do that a lot with this video. But I'm pretty sure this is gray glass. I don't remember. Either gray or light gray glass. I can't remember. But I eventually traded out. As I said, I skipped over it because it's not as important. But I test this several times to make sure that I did everything right. So I'm going to explain this later on, but the point of the build of this extra bit is for the villagers to have a little place from the breeder, for them to have a little place to go to, and then they go to be zombified. Now, I don't do redstone. I probably have mentioned this. I don't remember. That's when I figured out that the lever could affect the tracks. But I don't do redstone. I was doing my best here. I did not know what I was doing. I tested so many different things, and a lot of it came up, I'm not gonna say wrong, but I tested it a lot. Look at all the redstone! I'm sure there are much more efficient, less messy ways to do this, but I suck at it. If you're wondering what that is, that's if you don't remember last video, I think it was last video, either last video or right before that, I downloaded a mod called Easy Villagers. They have a bunch of different blocks that I did not mean to do that. That's why I freaked out. They have a bunch of different blocks that you can make. There's a breeder, a converter, and an iron golem one. That's what that was. You could hear the iron golem dying. Okay, I wanted to try it out with mass villagers, so I gathered up a bunch of villagers that were in the incubators and threw them in there. This annoys me a bit. I don't know why I kept this clip in, but I update this a little bit to make sure that they all can get through and I can actually see them. Let's add some glass. Okay, this is making sure everything's all good. I made the top of it nice and clear so I could see all the villagers. And now I'm just slowly dropping all of them. This is so tedious. I don't know why I did this. At one point, they get all stuck in the tunnel, and I can't move them. Or they're moving and shoving each other, so they're not going. I go in and I move them, but I clip that out. This is them going through the tunnel. I'm being efficient, you know. I'm making it work. Now, with the tunnel, I wanted to be able to see them, but I also wanted them to, be protected. And I also didn't want to suffocate them, you know? So this was originally the house where I would, put all of the villagers before taking them into the thingy. But, yeah, I have to make an upgrade because it's not going to be big enough for what I needed. So with with like how I'm gonna be making the converter part of my villager complex, I decided to tear this down because it's longer than it is wide and it's not gonna be efficient with what I need. So I completely tear it down. This took quite a minute because it would have been so much faster if I had efficiency 5 on my axe, but I didn't, or if I had haste, and I did not. I actually really liked this pathway. It was really nice, but the main reason I did it with different stone variants was because of how I decorated the traders. Okay. To better help myself, I decided to do what a lot of Minecrafters do, or like builders do, and go into creative mode. So I decided I'm gonna be showing this in like parts so you don't have to watch the full thing, but I decided to go into creative and try to build out what I wanted I wanted this building to look like. At first I thought I was only gonna do 1, but I ended up doing 4, all for different things. And I was trying to incorporate different like wood in there. That's why I was struggling. At first you saw only one thing of wood, and then you saw the regular planks, and then you saw the stripped wood. So I actually switched it, so now it looks like this. This is another mod. I showed it in the last one. It's like a it's like a gates and fences mod, and it's like so cool. I love it so much. It's way better than our regular stuff. No offense. Minecraft is doing its best. But you know, I didn't know if villagers could like get through gates and stuff, so I tested it. Obviously didn't show it, but I tested it to see if they could, and they can't. Now, I'm not a builder, okay? I don't do a lot of like showy stuff, so I was trying my best to be like creative with it and not like copy other people, I guess. I think I did a pretty good job, but I really confused myself. Like, looking back on it now, I really confused myself on what I wanted this build to be. And with the roof, I don't know why I do slabs every time. I think it's because I'm lazy. I don't know. But I ended up doing slabs for the roof all the way around. And that's the thing I hate about slabs. If you accidentally put one on top of the other, it'll become one block and not break in two. And that's so annoying. I do it all the time, especially on creative mode, like that. Jesus Christ. But I really didn't have any other plans for the roof until later. So I cut it out a little too soon, but I was testing to see if the rain would like fall through the roof. It didn't. So obviously you're gonna need a light source. You don't want any mobs to spawn. And I picked shroom lights. They're just really cool. Okay, at first I thought, okay, I'm gonna, make this building based off of like red, I guess. I don't remember what I was thinking. Or I think I just threw down beds. But then I thought, okay, I could give this like a color theme. So I picked orange, since I already did the shroom lights. Now I was trying to place the floor with concrete. I did brown and orange at first. It looked disgusting, so I did brown and yellow, but that looked even worse. So I started doing like different blocks. I started with regular like wood, and then I did stripped wood. Didn't turn out well, so I went with mangrove. I think that's mangrove, I don't remember. But that didn't turn out well either. So I was sifting through blocks, trying to figure out what I wanted. I ended up with mud, and then I ended up with copper. And then I remembered a YouTuber that I like to watch. His name's Sandiction. He did this thing where he made the floor look, what's the right word? Made the floor look see-through. Not see-through. He made it look kind of foggy, like misty or like cloudy. Something like that. Like you could barely see through, but you could still see through to the bottom. So I thought I could do that too. So I'm trying to test out what to do, how deep to make it. So I fell through the world. That scared me a little bit because I thought I was gonna die. But I ended up, I'm pretty sure it's 3 blocks deep. And I surround it with the corresponding color, which is orange. And then I'm pretty sure I end up doing every other block because it gives it that more misty look. So that's 1, and then, yeah. I'll change it later on. And with the bigger parts like these, when it's more than 1 block, I go in and I replace the orange with black concrete. It gives it that more of, what's the right word? Woo! I'm terrible with words today. What's the right word? Like void look? It kind of looks like the void. That's how Sandiction described it. That's why he did it with black instead of like another color. Because if I remember right, he was doing it with purple. So it gives it kind of a void look. And I really liked it, so I went with it. And I filled it back up again. I go in and I change it up later. And then I do that with the rest of it. I completely destroy the ground. Like dig it in. And then replace all of the dirt or any part that will be seen by the glass with concrete. So where like around the lights, if they're surrounded by dirt, then I'll trade it out for concrete. And all of the walls that are going to be connected to glass, I traded them for concrete as well, as you can see right now. It was a lot of walls. But it turned out really pretty. Sad thing is, I end up changing the color later because of certain things. Okay, this is a part that I was really excited for. I wanted to add something that would differ all of the buildings. So I decided to do flags. Flags with different colors. So since I made up my mind that this was going to be the orange building, I decided to do an orange flag. And obviously because Minecraft is made up of blocks, it wasn't going to be easy. Ooh, excuse me. I spent a good chunk of time trying to figure out what to do. I think I do a 3x3. I think that's how I do it. Yeah, 3x3. And then on the inside, I kind of do it like a chandelier. But on the outside, it looks like a mount, I guess. Not a mount, like a... What's it called? Not a stand. I'm trying to think. What's it called? When you have like a... Okay, you know when you like mount a sword on something? It's kind of like that. It kind of looks like that. Like the... Like a pier? I don't know. It's something for the flag to like stand on. And in the center is gonna be a light source. I don't know why I did that. I was confused for a second. And then I surround it with glass. It makes it look cooler. And then I put all the beds back because I destroyed them so I could do the floor. I'm just really angry with myself because I end up going back and completely changing the color. And the wood. So that means the beds change and the wood completely changes. That's it so far? Yeah, that's it so far. It's oddly shaped. Like someone took like a sphere and pulled out its sides and pulled out its top. It looks excruciating. Okay, so I wanted to kind of gauge how I was gonna build this. This is when I was trying to do the flag. They told me to find out which way the wind was going. So follow the clouds. But I was trying to gauge how I was going to build this and how it was going to look and what materials I would need until I found out about a mod called Lightmatica that takes structures and makes schematics out of them. I have no idea what a schematic is, but my God, is it helpful. It tells you all of the materials you'll need, like down to the very last block. I redid it because I didn't like how it looked, so I completely destroyed it and redid it again. But it tells you everything you'll need. It informs you what blocks goes where, and then it'll tell you if something's in the way, or if it's supposed to be an air block, or if it's the wrong kind of block. It's a new flag. I like that one so much better than the other one. And I didn't do it, but I put a, what's it called? I put a shroom light in the middle of it because that's the light source for the building. Okay, this is the converter building. I have no idea what I was building, as you can clearly tell. And this is when I still haven't figured out that I was going to switch it from one thing to another. I'm having too much fun with this freaking spyglass. Yeah, okay. So that blue line is what, a blue line of concrete, it's what will lead from the breeder to there. This is me trying to figure out redstone again. Once again, I suck at it. I can't do redstone. I used to try to make roller coasters as a kid. It failed because I did not know how all of the railings work. As you can tell. I got it working, but then I realized that I did it wrong. And I did it too far over. So I had to redo it again. And then when I figured it out, I forgot that I was supposed to put a block on the block that put like a railing that was pointing to the block that the villager is supposed to stand on. Wow, that made no sense. But I'm supposed to put a railing on the block that the villager is supposed to stand on, then break it so the minecart knows where to go, I guess. I don't know why I put a lever when I could have just put a button. I'm gonna change that to a button. But yeah, it picked a villager up, and that's me jumping out of happiness. Once again, mass producing, I guess. I don't know why I was so excited about this when I could have done like 3 villagers. I only do 2. And, you know, I express my happiness with them and thank them for their volunteering, I guess. You know, I kind of just like spawned them out of thin air. Okay, I don't remember which YouTuber it is. I have to go look him up. But he had this really cool, I think he got it from someone else. I don't remember. He had this really cool idea where you would switch the railing so it would go to a different, like spot, right? So that's what I decided to do. And because I accidentally made it a little too big on that one side, I decided to bridge it out like that. So the villager could run around or rail around into the building. This is what I meant when I said I intended to rechange the color. I was so angry, using a different word. I was so angry because I spent all that time trying to figure out what I wanted to do and then ended up going in and redoing everything. That's all I did for that, actually. I don't go back for a minute. Okay, this is where the first 4 videos ends on me building this piece, because this is the part that's branched off that leads into the actual thing. I don't know. It looks kind of cool, you know, for little on me, since I can't build, apparently. I still can't. And I do this a lot with like a little doming of glass. It looks really cool. I really like it. I confused myself with this part because I didn't know if I wanted to do it like higher up or not. Okay. We are currently on the longest recording, which is 16 hours. At one point, the audio just stops. It doesn't come in as audio anymore. I don't remember where it is, but I'll figure it out. Okay, this is what I was talking about. You can switch it and it'll go on to the next one. So this is me testing it out. I Please tell me I do 3. Do I do 3? Do I do 3? Do I do 3? Good, because me doing so many really was not helping. All right, I flip the switch, the lever, and it catches one. It's supposed to go into there. Well, it was supposed to go into the first one, but I forgot to switch it back. So I switch that back, and then I hit the lever again. And that catches another one, and it goes into the first one. And then I'm supposed to switch both of them. Didn't mean to do that. I'm supposed to switch both of them so they go into the third one. So switch that one, it goes in there, and then I forgot to switch that one, so he ends up in the first one with the first guy. Because I forgot to switch it, yeah. But there was also a piece of it that I didn't do until, like, give it a second. One of the things, why is it diagonal? Whatever. At one point you're supposed to stop it so they can get turned by the zombie. Alright, at the thingies. At one point you're supposed to stop it so they can get turned into a zombie by the zombie. And for that you use a powered rail, and you put a lever next to it so you can turn it on and off. See? So right there next to the powered rail, you're supposed to put a zombie. And I'm pretty sure he put him in slabs so he couldn't move. I was using shulker boxes to keep track of all of the blocks I was using, because at this time I hadn't found out about Lightmatica yet. So I would keep shulker boxes, and I also don't know how to use the hotbar slot thingy. You can't see me doing the air quotation marks. The hotbar slot thingy that they mention, that they have like in the creative thing. I don't know how to use that, so I didn't. And I was trying to spawn a zombie, but I forgot that I put it on peaceful. I was looking around like the zombie left or something, but I forgot to take it off of peaceful. So this was my first test with it, like stopping it so the zombie could, you know, attack it or attack the villager. And I put the lever and whatchamacallit back. And then I also forgot that it's daytime. Oh yeah, you have to push them so they will like move. I also forgot it's daytime, so the zombie started burning. And I like rushed to type in time set night. I started freaking out. I don't know why. It's not like it's an actual zombie or like actually something I need. I could just spawn another one. I don't know why I'm testing this, but I get zombies in all 4 of them, and then I like chill out for a bit for them to turn back. I don't know why this was a thing, but hey. This is always such the longest of processes. Like, it takes forever for a zombie to turn back into a villager. I think it feels like forever. It's probably like 10 minutes or something. I don't know. I was waiting for the others to turn back too before I did anything. I was putting the lecterns behind them to see if they would, like, you know, accept the job, but they didn't. So I guess they have to be on the same block level. There goes another one. I guess they have to be on the same block level or something. I don't know. So this is me trying to figure out how to find a way to get them out of the hole, because I didn't put a railing at the bottom. So, yeah, I was trying to figure out why they hadn't, like, jobbed it. I don't know. Jobbed it. What? But they'll, like, when they go in, they'll be left on a powered rail. I was going to put them next to each other, but then that would activate the other one on the side, so I decided not to do that. I'm pretty sure I end up putting them on the back. Because there's no point on putting them on the side because then they'll get activated by both of them on each side will get activated. So I put them on top. Yeah. Need more pretty, because chiselstone's really pretty, but we need more like other stone types, because we have chiseled stone, we have stone brick, and we have regular stone. Like we need prettier stone. We need some more pretty stones. The villager is coming from my inventory. I got a villager in there. Okay, I forgot to turn off the powered rail, so he didn't stop at the zombie. Okay, I was checking these to make sure he could come back out again, and he like immediately goes into the next one. I think I do this for a minute. Yeah, I'm just making sure that they can move swiftly. And he ends up over there. Isn't it cool? So I end up making a whole nother side. So if I need to do like 8 villagers at a time, I can swoop them all in there. It's so cool, right? Mm. That was my phone. Whoops. So this is me trying to like count out the side of the wall so I reflect it correctly. I think that's the right word. Yeah. So I like reflect it correctly. Grass. I'm pretty sure I demolished the wall because it wasn't wide enough. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so all of the buildings in the villager complex are going to be connected in some sort of way. I don't know how yet. I have already connected. I have not connected everything yet. One of the ones I have connected is this makeshift townhouse or like villager thingy that I put all of my villagers in so I could build the green building. It's what I put all my villagers in. I've connected that to the green building so I can move villagers from to and fro. This is me just trying to figure out all of the like things that I'll need to make sure of. I actually get to ride. I do this a lot to make sure everything is connected properly. So that railing out will lead to 2 different places. It will either lead to yellow or to green. Yellow is the townhouse and green is the trading center. I don't know why I keep looking at it. I finish up the wall over there and I start doing the ceiling, which is again slabs because I'm lazy. No idea why. Wow, I skipped a lot of it. Awesomeness. Okay, so I was going through to see, because I mentioned the kind of misty effect, right? So I was going through to see, because I hadn't actually done it yet. So when I mentioned he did every other block to give the misty effect, to like the cloudy effect. See, it looks cloudy, like someone's like breathed on your glasses, but the other one looks so very clear. So I decided to do the cloudy one because it obviously looks cooler, and it's more like dim, I guess. I don't know, but I went with the cloudy one. It looks cooler. Once again, like I mentioned when I did, I say like I mentioned a lot. Like I mentioned when I did the other one, that I cover up anything that'll be seen by glass. So since it's surrounding this like specific piece of like the build, I covered the walls in orange. Now, what was bothering me was this weird outlining that the glass blocks have. It was killing me because it made it look less like cool, I guess. So I moved on to something else. I started, filling everything in with orange because that's like the build. All right, so I was debating on this piece because I didn't know if I wanted to do the foggy or not. I don't know why I'm debating on everything. Okay, this is I'm pretty sure this is the middle. Is this the middle? It is the middle. It's the middle. Okay, the middle, like where everything's connected. So right between where the 8 converters are. It's a lot of converters. Or I guess they're stations. Yeah, converter stations. Yeah. Okay. Once again, I'm like sorely debating on whether I should do between like all 3 or between them. Mainly because of the stupid framing of the freaking glass. It made me mad. Excuse me. So I downloaded a texture pack that makes the glass clear. Complete game changer. It looks so much better. Look how it's still foggy, but it looks so cool. So I decided that's what the bottom looks like. It's funny. But I decided to go with the every other one so it looks foggier because the texture pack, complete game changer. It looks so amazing, especially with light going through it. Whew. I'm pretty sure this is the tunnel behind the ones on the right. But on these pieces so like that piece right there, that's just black. I'm pretty sure I fill that in with orange. This is the other side. I had to redo it because I put all the orange in. I left that lever on. Go back and fix it, me! And this is the tunnel next to the waterway that leads to the breeder. So I had to take into account the like lever that was there, and I had to make sure it was accessible to me, and nothing. I cannot speak. Nothing was blocking it. Thank God I could fly. I was gonna be stuck in there. My throat just made a funny noise. Okay, this part bothered me. I put like trapdoors over the levers so like nothing would happen to them, I guess. I don't know. All right, the wall was looking a little naked. Okay, it was looking a little unfresh. So I decided to get some white concrete and add a flower. Now, digging into the wall was a mistake. All right, it made the back look weird. I also did this thing where I had the arms of the flower going out. I'm pretty sure I changed that in the future. I don't know if it's still on the current build. Yeah, I don't remember. I can never remember. But it like follows around all the way around the building. Only like affecting the stone. Yeah, it's only affecting the stone. It doesn't go through the wood. Yeah, that looked weird. I think I changed that back. Wow, I spent so much time on this. I do not know why I kept this much in. Okay. I'm pretty sure I fixed the top and bottom one because it doesn't look like much of a flower anymore. Yeah, it just kind of looks like a birthday present. Okay. As for the chandelier, now I have to change it because wait, why did I make it so much bigger? I did make it so much bigger. It's so much bigger. Yeah, it's 5 by 5 instead of 3 by 3. Well, whatever. No, I actually used slabs on the other building and not like whole blocks. Anyway, I think I was wearing the light shirt. That's why I was jumping weird. But, shh, villager. Yeah. You can't see the light through the top, but it makes the inside look complimentary. Complimentary. Whew, cannot speak. Flag time! I cannot express to you how much I love all of these flags. Like, they have such a deep meaning. The sad thing is, the mod that I had at the time, the like the fence and gate mod, I was updating my game to 1.19.3, I'm pretty sure, and it wasn't updated, so I had to like play without it, and it made me sad because it took away all the pretty fences, especially on the flagpoles. That's what I was supposed to do on the other one. I did put it in the middle, but I just didn't show it. All the flags look like that. They just have different colors and different light sources in the middle. I'm like, just look at that. Look at that. I'm so efficient. Look at me go. Yeah, I go in and change the flower. Do I leave it? I don't remember. I think I did leave that like that. Yeah. Okay, back to the orange building. We're turning into the yellow building because it is most likely the third place most villagers would go, you know, if they weren't going to the trading center. So I call it the townhouse because for one, community house, really, Dream SMP, I don't want to be stealing shit. Well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna stick with townhouse. But this is where all the extra villagers go when I like don't need them, or if I need to go get another villager, I'll go to the townhouse and get a villager. And at one point, I'm pretty sure I connect a railway on the side for me to go in and get them. I don't know why I did the 360 like that. That just made my head spin. I don't really like the glass. Like, looking back on it now, the glass looks like really neon when I put it down. Like, look at that. I mean, like, I stuck with it because, you know, there's no other yellow glass. But it just doesn't fit well. I mean, it still looks cool, but, you know, it looks more green than, or like yellowish green than actual yellow. Okay, this is me replacing the flag. Since it's yellow, I use glowstone for the light portion. Pop. Now the only thing I have to change that's left is the wood on that. I don't do that till later. Or like in a second, I'm pretty sure. Okay, this is what I was talking about. A way for me to get villagers in and out of the townhouse without like them running around in the middle of the night. Oh, once again, I had to take the beds out and put them back in again. They're yellow beds now. But it's just like a little room over on the side that they can, that I can like, you know, push them on. What are they called? Hold on, it's gonna come to me. Minecarts. Whew. I can put them on minecarts and like push them through. The dome, dude, the dome. I love the dome so much. I do domes, dude. I think I put, no, okay, I switched that up a little bit. But it's so cute. I love it so much. I use a dome on one of my other builds too. I replaced the floor with yellow concrete. I don't like dig it out like I usually would. But yeah, it's the yellow build. I forgot to put a piece of glass on the thingy. So they couldn't run out. But I'm pretty sure I put a fence there. Okay, so this is when I decided that each build should have its own significant wood type. So I decided for this one was going to be birch. Like for the orange build, I decided to do stripped oak wood. Birch is actually really pretty. It's sorely underrated. I don't like its planks as much as I like its like logs. I really like the design on the logs. Okay, I completely skipped over this because I'm gonna better explain it later when I'm like bringing everything together. But that's the red building, which is connected to the breeder, which is also red. So I'm gonna go through and explain all of the builds later, I promise. I just did not want to take up more time with something that's already been built in the original world. I made it a little thicker because, you know, the redstone lamps. Yeah, it's a chunky boy or girl. One of those. Okay, these signs were to tell me, oh yeah, for the red build I did dark oak wood, but the signs were to tell me which is supposed to go to which. So on the yellow build I did 2 separate ones because they're supposed to go to 2 separate places. I think I did that for the orange one too. Okay, this is the green build. The green build is the trading center. This one took the longest. For one, because I had to not only completely redesign the trade center itself, but I had to like portion out which villages I wanted or needed and then incorporate that into the build so that it like came together, you know. This is me getting all of the blocks that I needed. So I have on my iPad I have like a list of when I of when I first started like working on my trade center. I had a list of all of the stuff like I'd need and how many like pistons or levers or lecterns I'd need. Yeah, I had a list, so I went in there. I also keep a Google Doc of all of the, what is it called? Enchantment books that I wanted or needed, or I kept a Google Doc of all the enchantment books, and then I would like take off the books that I already had so I wouldn't end up getting those books again. I just hit the desk. This is me counting out how many blocks how many blocks wide it's gonna be and where the center is. Where's all my stuff? Oh, I got so confused. Like I just had 2 shulker boxes. I don't know where they are. This is what it looks like on the map. It looked so cool. I was really proud of it. Except the trading center, it looks kind of weird because it's just a square. All right, this is me figuring out where and how I wanted stuff. So I'm kind of following what I had the second time around and section them off in different blocks. If you couldn't tell, it's green. I kept saying it. It's green. The green build. It's green. So the first floor goes to Fletcher's and I'm pretty sure Farmers. Excuse me. Yeah, Fletcher's and Farmers. So I was going to use, what are they called? Rails, and put them in minecarts to put them behind their blocks so they'd be fun. Okay. So I completely changed the light source. I you know there isn't a green light source, and that made me kind of mad. So I used candles, but the candles are so annoying. All I hear is like crackling, and it pissed me off. I couldn't do it. I changed it. I'm pretty sure I turned off the blocks. Also set time to night so I could see if they lit well. But I turned off the block noises at one point so I didn't have to listen to the crackling anymore. It got so annoying. I also put vines everywhere because I was using jungle wood. So I thought, hey, you know, jungle, you know. But yeah, I put vines everywhere. When gathering up materials, getting a bunch of vines sucked. Because I would like break them and then they all fall and scatter on the ground, and it made me angry. Okay, so see the crackling of the freaking candles, my god. Okay, so for the railings, I don't know why I put them a block down. I fixed that later on. But this is the like the front two panels, or the front two sides of the center, or of the building. And I put vines on those two. All right, so for the back part, I added the back part, and the outside part I added, what are they called? Stone. Later on, I go in and I change everything out for different stone variants, like I did before on the original build. Okay, with the way that I do the flooring, you know, with the with the lighting and then the glass, I wanted to do it again on the upper floors, but it wasn't gonna work out, so I got the idea to use planks. But planks have like an upper and a lower piece. The freaking crackling. So I decided to use planks. I used the upper one for the inside and the lower ones to rim the building. And on the upper ones, I'd put stone. So it had like a foundation. And then that way I could add the stone, not the stone, I just said stone. Add the, hold on, no, come to me. Add the flooring, there we go. I think the green is probably one of my favorite builds. Yeah, I spent the most time on it. Like if I go back and look at the recording, I spent the most time on the green build. I'm really proud of it. I love showing my mom. She understood nothing. I had a lot of conflict with myself about what I wanted to do for the front glass. See me change it again. Okay, the second one was completely for clerics. Because of the gold farm, I always have so much rotten flesh. It sounds like centipedes crawling. God! The freaking candle's crackling. Anyway, since the gold farm has so much rotten flesh, I decided to dedicate an entire floor to clerics, because not only can they help with like ender eyes, they can also give enchantment bottles and stuff like that. The next floor was for cartographers. I always got that wrong. And armorers. I'm pretty sure it's armorers with the blast furnace. Yeah, because the toolsmith is with the smithing table. I know my blocks. I don't know I was doing the squishy sound when I'm walking over, you know. It sounds like a freaking slime. Okay, third floor done. The biggest floor is going to be the top floor. Specifically because it's where all of my librarians are going. I have 32 librarians. And how big it was already wasn't going to fit all of them on there. So after I do this, I have to measure it out some more. I don't know why I don't rim the front. It's weird. But after I do that, I had to measure it out again to get a better sizable like room. Oh my god. Sorry, they're working on stuff outside. But I had to resize it so it was big enough. I completely skipped it because, for one, that looks ridiculous. For two, I couldn't figure out what to do with how many villagers there were. If you also saw a second ago, there were like spires. Are they called spires? Or like, they're kind of like pillars. They were, hold on, like support beams? I don't know. But they're made out of, at first they were made out of the wood from the fence mod that I downloaded, but because, you know, didn't update with my game, I had to replace it with regular wood. I also changed that out later on for something else, something better. Freaking candles are so annoying. I had to completely redo this because the trapdoor wasn't cooperating with the stone slabs. There we go. Cool. I don't know why I did it like that. It's weird. Okay, with that, I also used the same wood for the... Hold on, it'll come to me. Hold on. The flag! Whew. Yeah, by far, I'm pretty sure the green was my favorite build. It turned out so much better, and then when I got to build it in my actual world, it made me so happy to actually have it finished after having it like on the back shelf for so many months. I use candles in this again. I eventually switch out the candles because one, they're annoying as hell, and two, most of the time they're just annoying. I trade them out for lanterns. I downloaded a mod at one point. It was for Forge, so I couldn't use it with the fabric switch, but it was a mod that had different colored lanterns, and then you could use different materials like andesite for a green lantern or diorite for a red one. It was so cool. I didn't put the glass on there. It looked cool with the glass though. And that's all of them. Like, dude, I'm gonna show them off a little bit more and a little bit and explain how they all work. But when I thought I was finished, I wasn't, because I had to find a way to be able to get the villagers to travel. Holy crap! I just noticed that the audio is actually working. It wasn't working when I was editing, but it's working now. Oh my god. Wow. I just freaked myself out. Anyway. With the back, I needed a way to be able to get the villagers. I didn't want to do it at the front. If I did it at the front, it was going to be so ugly. So at the back, I decided that I was going to get all of the villagers into the back and into their respective spots with this weird kind of, what's the right word? What are those things? Scaffolding? Scaffolding kind of thing? Like, if you go to construction sites, you see like they have built up this side of the building to reach certain spots. It's kind of like that. But instead of using stairs, I'm using regular, whole blocks, so I can use railing. So, because everything is connected through railing. So I built this all the way up to the last floor. And on the top floor, I did a little cool detail. I obviously don't show it. I clip it out because it's not as important as everything else. We're already almost a whole hour into this. We're almost done, I promise. We are so close to being finished. Oh shoot. Okay, I did not notice that those went through the entire thing. Huh. yeah, I've been editing this for like a week because it's so long. A little bit of context. That's what it looks like, but it's much more updated. It looks so much cooler. Okay, it's me trying to redo the upstairs because I couldn't fit all 32 in there. I fixed it because I thought originally you could put 2 villagers on 1 lectern. That's not how that works. This is where I'll be like getting them in and out. This specifically is the spot that they're going to come in and come out, like on the railings. But so with this, the reason why the footage was so long is because the night before, this is me showcasing it to my mom. The night before, I was making sure I had all of my mods together so I could check if they had a fabric version. And by the time I looked up from my notepad, it was 2 a.m. So I was like, you know what? Let's try to fix my sleep schedule. I'm just going to stay up for the rest of the night and try to stay up all day. And this is what I ended up doing. After I finished that, I went to sleep. Don't worry. But as soon as I got back, I got right back to what I was supposed to be doing in the first place. You know, the gold farm. So see, I know how to get back on track, okay? I know what I'm doing. Sort of. So with the gold farm, I needed a bunch of... Did not miss that. I needed a bunch of... What's it called? Concrete powder for concrete. So, and here's the gravel. So with the gold farm, or with the concrete, I needed several stacks. So what usual people will do is they will sit in a thing of water, 2x2 thing of water, and they will, you know, left click and right click as fast as possible. Excuse me. I didn't go to the gravel mountain that I was looking for that. For the gravel. So what they will do is they'll sit in a 2x2 block and, you know, hold left and right to break and place down blocks. I tried doing that. It got real annoying real quick. So I decided to use the physics of the, what's it called? Clay powder against it. So I'd build it up in a tower. I'd put one clay powder in my left hand because I wouldn't break all of it. And then I would just break it as it fell. I put a little like thing around me because I didn't want to get disturbed by any monsters. As you can see, there's a creeper under there trying to hide. But that's how I do it. Depending on how many I have, if I have several stacks, I'll build all the way up and keep one in my hand. So when I'm breaking it, it just falls. And then if I catch any powder, then it'll just, you know, be in my left hand. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do in this portion of the video is collect the biggest thing I need for the gold farm, and that's magma blocks. I would have killed to have my elytra at this point, but I didn't, which made me upset. So I think I needed like 80 something stacks of magma blocks. I needed a lot of magma blocks. Oh, it's freezing up. Okay, so magma blocks are easy enough to find. You just have to look near large bodies of lava or like ponds of lava. Oh, they were so easy to break. It just took a few swipes and boom. I felt so powerful. But I needed a lot of it. I mean, a lot of it. I think I was mining magma for about an hour. I was watching TikToks too, instead of watching like a regular video. I filled up the entire backpack. I got attacked as well. It scared the ever living crap out of me. I ended up like running away and turning off the monsters for a second because I'm a scaredy cat. That stuff would not fly in hardcore Minecraft. Just listen to it go. Hearing that gives me shivers, dude. Alright, I went back because my pickaxe was running low, so I went to go replenish that and then went back again because I still didn't have enough. Like, I needed this stuff in bulk. I also found some ancient debris while digging. I don't know why it was on that high of a Y level, but I was not complaining. I got that, and then I finished out, because some of these were in a lot of patches. Like, there were a lot of them. But I ended up getting it all, and when I went back, I put it all in a chest on its own. I know this video is really long, and I can understand why I skipped through most of it, but I had fun going through all the footage. Unfortunately, the videos I had of the explanation of the builds will have to wait. I've already crammed so much into this alone that I don't want to overload everyone. Looking at what I've accomplished, it makes me proud. And if I did the math right, it's been a little over a year since I started this world. And almost a year since I started this series. I have had so much fun growing as a YouTuber and learning new and cool ways to edit my videos. There have been some times when I only focus on work or school, then I wouldn't edit for like a month. I would see a random comment on one of my videos and it would make me want to edit some more. And here we are. Next video, I promise, I actually start the gold farm. I've been looking through the footage and it's next. As always, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd love you to leave a comment about what you liked and tell me what you'd like to see next time. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you know when my next video is, and check out some of the others I've already done. See you guys in the next siege. Bye-bye!